Today I'm speaking to Amelia and her family. I'm going to have all of you introduce yourselves.
So, my name's Blake, and I'm the son of a CRPS warrior.
My name is Nathan, and I'm the husband of a CRPS warrior.
And I'm Amelia, and I'm the warrior.
We didn't even rehearse that.
That's sweet.
Amelia, how long have you had CRPS for?
So this month will be a year that I was diagnosed. My injury was in April.
So you must have found us pretty quickly, because I know you've been fundraising for quite some time.
Yes.
Didn't have the money laying around.
Nope.
Buried
not
in a
that kind.
vegetable garden, nothing like that.
Yeah. Yes. So we had a lot of help, and we were very blessed to have found you guys as quickly as we did, because, as you know, I mean, this disease, we went through so many doctors, and I couldn't believe that there were doctors that had never heard of this. It's very discouraging, and going to the emergency room and not knowing what's going on with you, not just physically but mentally. It does a number on your psyche. So it took a long time to find a doctor to even help with the pain part of it.
Blake,
Yes, ma'am.
some days you were your mom's little nurse, right? Caretaker?
Yes, ma'am. For about, I think, 4 months?
No, babe,
6 months.
almost a year.
About 6 months.
Yeah.
How old were you? How old are you now?
I'm actually 10 right now, and when it first started, I think I was early 9.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you just turned 9.
I know I just turned 10.
I mean, when your mom got sick.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
What are some other things you had to help your mom with?
So when she couldn't get out of bed, so every time she wanted to go get something on her walker or wheelchair, I had to skip school or like in the meeting for a little bit and then go help her get out of bed.
Homeschooling. Yes. And you did a lot more than you think. He made breakfast for me every morning. You brought me everything. I was bedridden, completely bedridden. You did everything. Mm-hmm.
Blake had to empty out Amelia's urinal.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty tough. It's tough to throw on a young man like that, but Blake stepped up, did a wonderful job. He even had to endure calling 911 a few times because of Amelia's spots.
And you rose to the occasion. Were you worried about your mom?
Yes, ma'am. But then I knew when we found out about the Sparrow Clinic, I knew that we would get way better. And then once we started praying a lot, and then all the people started saying prayers for us, and then we got to Sparrow Clinic.
How is your mama doing?
She's doing way better because when she got here, she was in a wheelchair and could barely stay sitting in a wheelchair for about an hour, and then now she's like walking.
Are you happy to see that?
Yes, ma'am.
And what are you gonna do? Go back to being a kid?
Yes, ma'am.
Worried about kid things?
Yes, ma'am.
That must have been hard on you, Amelia, to
Yeah.
be leaning on your 9-year-old.
I have a lot of guilt about it. Yes. I don't know what I would have done without you. You know that. We talk about it often. And yes, I do carry a lot of guilt, but I know he's going to make a great husband one day. He will. And I got to give credit to my husband too, because
You were working,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm assuming,
Yes, ma'am.
keeping you guys economically afloat because you couldn't work.
There was the times that got pretty hairy because I was working 12, sometimes 14 hours. I was working on the weekends, and then I would come home and I would take care of them both because Blake needed time to be a child, and I'd come home and then I'd clean the house, make dinner, and take care of the dogs, and it was very tough, very rewarding as well. Not every day was like that. It didn't seem that way. I was chugging along pretty well for about 6 months, and then just hit a point where I was like, wow, this is tough. I started reading about caregivers and how people quit, and that was just never an option. But like I said, we have a lot of faith because of this, and it's opened our eyes to a lot of different things. And I'd never asked for help, and I felt like I was going to break, but I never wanted to say that because my wife was the one who was going through the hell. So I just kind of buried it down and kept going. You know, that's what you're supposed to do. So I had a really hard time, but like I said, because of God, because of the Sparrow Clinic, a lot of people that just came out of nowhere that helped us. But as you alluded to earlier, we reached out to our local community. We made a page, Amelia's Path, the Sparrow Clinic, and people from the world over were sending us, nice comments, and contributed to our GoFundMe, and people who we thought were going to help didn't, but that's okay. I mean, we had so many people that we were just surprised.
Across the globe, strangers. I mean, it does strengthen your faith, and I think that I sometimes think that that's why this all happened. There's a reason for everything. No one deserves this disease or this kind of pain. However, we're stronger as a family. Our faith is stronger, and we use laughter a lot. You probably can tell we laugh a lot, just to cope with things. So we just kept pushing, and we made it here. Thank God. So thank you.
How are you
Thank you
doing?
very much. I'm doing wonderful. I still cannot believe that this month is a year that I was diagnosed, and it's hard to wrap your head around the fact that we've been through all these things, and then here I am. I cannot believe that I came into this place in a wheelchair, and now I'm walking around too fast for my trainer Casey. Sometimes she's like, slow down, So doing really well. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of all of you for supporting her. A lot of marriages don't make it.
Yes.
Yours got stronger and you got through this. So what can be hard now?
Right?
Oh, we got this.
Whatever it is, you've got it.
Yes.
After CRPS, you are going to be an amazing young man one day. You already are.
Thank you.
Just want to pinch his cheek.